Today is International Day of Decent Work, and all around the world trade unions will be marching in support of different demands to improve their working conditions. Behind me is the National Union of Mine Workers. One of their chief demands is that a moratorium be placed on all job cuts until the government has had a chance to meet with the unions and business leaders. This march is being led by COSATU and will go to the state-owned enterprises headquarters before moving to the office of the Gauteng Premier and finally the Chamber of Mines. I'm joined here by two COSATU members and they're taking part in the march. Can I ask you, what do you have to say about the need for decent jobs?
We say, in fact, I'm for the mine workers. I'm saying as mine workers and COSATU workers, we need decent jobs, we need decent work. Labor brokering it must be regulated.
So far, everything is still okay, going according to plan. We hope that the government listens to what we're here to present, because even though some workers are not here, but it's for everyone in South Africa, including things like e-tolling, labor broker, everybody is involved, everybody is affected by this.
We're here at the COSATU March for Decent Work in Johannesburg, and we've just returned from the Department of Labour where a memorandum was handed over calling for the immediate suspension of all job cuts. Since we've started the march, it's also stopped at the headquarters of Eskom here in Johannesburg and Telkom and Prasa. That's where they handed over memorandums calling for better management, less infighting and more consultation with unions. Right now the march is proceeding through the city centre and will go to the four main banking institutions in South Africa. That's where the SACP will hand over a memorandum outlining its demands in its fiscal transformation campaign.
Please tell your executive that they must stop lining their pockets with hefty bonuses and salary increases at the expense of black South African mine workers who expose their lives, their lungs and their limbs to the brutality of this racist industry.
We are very, very, very happy with the turnout we have received here in Gauteng and elsewhere in the country. We thank our members and workers for supporting their demands in the great numbers that they have done today. I know that people will continue to judge the current COSATU through the template of the erstwhile people in COSATU. This is the COSATU that we have known for many, many years. Workers have demonstrated that, and I don't want to listen to those critics. I'm here practically, I'm getting messages from the country over. We have had the best turnout of COSATU.
There were around 3,500 people that attended this march for decent work through the city. This is only a fraction more than the number of people that attended the Unite Against Corruption march, but despite this, COSATU President Dumo Dlamini says they are still a force to be reckoned with. Dlamini says the turnout here today proves that COSATU is still alive within the working class and is the legitimate representative voice of the working class. One of the main demands of this decent work march has been a moratorium on job cuts and a moratorium on housing evictions. COSATU officials will now discuss this with the relevant officials in the different institutions, and only time will tell if this will be achieved. Govin Whittles, Eyewitness News, Johannesburg City Centre.